Welcome to Election. From a country full of hopefuls, we've got our final three. One boy.
I think that all leaders should show confidence when they're speaking.
And two girls.
I'm a great leader because I can talk to anyone. I've created my own 6-point plan in which I believe can change the world.
They've all survived 7 leadership challenges. They've had to host an ambassador's reception.
I really didn't expect it to taste as good.
Persuade adults to flush the loo less often.
Our campaign is that when you wee, just don't bother to flush.
And win a debate on a special edition of Newsnight.
If people have antisocial behaviour, then they deserve to be punished.
2 of our final 3 will go stand in a children's election in Parliament. And the winner of that will win a personal meeting with the Prime Minister, Gordon Brown. Standing in their way is series judge Jonathan Dimbleby.
We've got a result.
Who will be the last candidate to be sent home?
Your campaign's over.
Last week, our candidates realised that victory was within their grasp.
I really want to get to that final.
I'm going to be in that final too.
The closer you get, the more you want it.
You can't hope anymore. It's really crunch time.
They stopped behaving like friends and started treating each other like rivals.
Make another one, but include these words.
There was tension in the girls' team.
Anything else as well as bananas? I think we should go instead of eat bananas, you know.
But their publicity stunt for the endangered tamarind beat the boys' attempt to get attention for the Komodo dragon.
Let the Komodo dragon!
It was an emotional elimination, and Jack was sent home. That means it can't be an all-boy final. It will either be girl versus girl or boy versus girl. With only one more show to go before the grand final in Parliament, our 3 candidates hit the campaign trail and head off for Scotland.
So good, it's going guys.
Scotland's home to over 5 million people. It's a strongly individual country with its own education system and its own parliament. We're in Edinburgh, the capital of Scotland. It's a city of Harry Potter author J.K. Rowling. It's home to Europe's largest festival and it's bursting with history. There will be no more teams. It's every candidate for themselves. Whoever wins our leadership challenge is guaranteed a place in the final. The other 2 will go head-to-head in our last ever elimination. Well, we've all made it to Scotland.
Yes.
Yeah. So exciting. Now, first thing I want you to do is just turn around and have a look at the view. It's really, really beautiful, isn't it?
You can see the sea.
You can see the sea. It's really inspiring. And Edinburgh is a fantastic place because it's inspired many scientists and writers, you know, and authors. And I wanted to know what inspires you guys. What inspires you, Quincy?
My mum. Because of how she's worked hard to get where she is.
Brilliant. What about you?
I think just people achieve great things inspire me.
OK, and what about you, Izzy?
It's, you know, if you keep going, doesn't matter what you're doing, just stick at it.
All really great, inspiring things, and that's what today's programme's about. Being inspired and inspiring others, OK? Jonathan Dimbleby has met some truly inspirational leaders.
Leaders not only need to have ideas, but to get them across. That takes self-confidence, personality and inspiration. All vital skills.
Our celebrity mentor is John Loughton.
Hi, John. Hello, how are you doing?
Hi.
Welcome to Edinburgh.
The youngest ever chair of the Scottish Youth Parliament, winner of Big Brother's Celebrity Hijack, and a tireless campaigner for youth rights.
I wanted to show that actually you can just be an average young person. You don't necessarily want to be a politician or have a title or anything really, you know, quite academically important to actually make a difference.
Today's test of skills puts our candidates' self-belief on the spot. Do they have the bottle to inspire an audience? Edinburgh is famous for its street performers, and this is one of the city's prime busking spots, the Mound, outside the National Gallery of Scotland.
OK guys, so that was the bagpipes and drumming. So much fun, I'm sure you agree, but we have to get serious now. And it's time for today's challenge.
A few days earlier, we asked each of our candidates to choose a campaign song with a strong message about leadership and changing the world for the better.
Today you will be busking on the streets of Edinburgh, singing your campaign song to the people of Edinburgh.
Oh my goodness! Oh dear, are the citizens of Edinburgh ready for this?
And because it's just you three, you will all be working on your own and competing against each other individually.
Yeah. All three of our survivors are wannabe leaders, not wannabe pop stars. So if you're a lover of fine music, then it's time to get out those earplugs and hide behind the sofa. This programme contains bad singing. How will I know if there's a Luckily, our test of skills is not about the quality of the singing. It's about having the self-belief to inspire an audience. But that doesn't make it any less scary.
Are you nervous?
Yeah, I'm nervous, but...
What are you nervous about?
I just, you know, I want this, so, you know, I think you always get nervous when you want something, and, you know, that a lot rides on this, basically.
Everybody's always talking.
Right, my little peeps, right.
Izzy chose Bet On It from High School Musical 2. It's all about giving it all you've got, listening to your heart and never stopping.
Everybody's always talking at me. Everybody's trying to get in my head. I'm the type of guy that means what I say. I don't know the rest of the words, so you can sing along with me. Did you ever? Did you ever?
Izzy may have forgotten all the words, but at least she's getting her audience involved.
I'm just trying to go along with this now. You can join in if you want. Come on, a bit of dancing, a bit of hands waving, yeah! Yeah, come on, people! Come on, if you...
Only 4 of the 92 lines in the song are Did You Ever? But Izzy's nerves have made her forget the other 88.
Yay!
John, I've got a question for you. Did you ever?
Did I ever? Did she ever?
Know the words?
I don't think so.
Quincy chose a really tricky campaign song, never imagining for a moment that he'd have to sing it himself.
Okay.
I know it goes a bit crazy there.
Yeah. I picked this song because I said, oh, this is a spectacular song because no one else can sing it. But now I have to sing it, so it's like.
So you set yourself up for a fool now?
Yeah. I believe I can. I believe I will.
Quincy's song, I Believe by Yolanda Adams, is all about reaching your goals, believing in yourself and never giving up. It's a powerful message, but will Quincy have the self-belief to inspire his audience with it?
They said you wouldn't make it so far, but ever since they said it, it's been hard, and never the nights I had to cry.
Quincy remembers all his words, but makes less impact than Izzy.
I believe I will, I believe I can, I believe I know my dreams are real. I believe I can, I believe I will, I believe I know my dreams are real. That's why I do believe.
Quincy believes, but does anyone else?
Thank you. Oh, gosh.
I've got to say, I do question the song choice, knowing that it had to be a campaign song. You know, it needed a bit of oomph. It wasn't really that uplifting, wasn't really that inspiring.
So I'll get everyone clapping and then I'll go, together, together, together.
Hazel may have no interest in music, but she's got every interest in winning this test of skills.
I don't know people in Edinburgh, I've never been here before, they could just...
Oh, is it a case of, you don't know me, you'll never see me again, so if I make a fool of myself, I don't care.
Yeah, I mean, as long as they listen to me and take in what I'm saying and, you know, I make an impact on them, then if they don't even know me, so it doesn't matter. We're all in this together.
Hazel's song Together from High School Musical is all about making dreams come true, speaking out with one voice and showing the world we're stars. It's a really inspiring song in the film.
I think we should all get clapping, okay?
Hazel's enthusiasm rouses the whole audience to clap along with her.
We're all in this together. Once we know that we are where all starts, we see that we're all in this together. And it shows when we stand hand in hand, our dreams come true. Together, 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 everyone. Together, together, come on, let's have some fun. Together, we're here for each other every time. Together, together, come on, let's do this right. Did you ever?
Our test of skills may have been painful for the singers and the audience, but it has put our candidates' self-belief under the spotlight. All three of them had the courage to stand up and be counted. But which of them engaged their audience with the most inspirational performance?
So, you made your decision?
Yes, I've thought long and hard about it. I've taken into account the various factors, and I have made a decision, and I can say that the winner of today's task is Hazel. Well done.
You're the winner, you're the winner. If you thought the test of skills was tough, wait until you see the leadership challenge. The stakes are high. Only the winner is safe. The other two risk being sent home by Judge Jonathan Dimbleby.
So far, our challenges have tested them on every leadership skill in the book. From persuasion
I know you want to.
to public speaking,
And that's the Mayor of London's headquarters.
from diplomacy
Je m'appelle Quincy.
to debating,
A lot more police should be on the beat.
and from campaigning
Would you be interested in saving yourself a horse this week?
to publicity.
Let the Komodo drag on!
In next week's final, the two surviving candidates will have to stand up in Parliament in front of 100 children and inspire them enough to win their vote. How hard is that? So today we need to know for sure which two of our three survivors will be able to cope best. For our leadership challenge, we're going to make them inspire a class of 25 teenagers at an Edinburgh school.
What you three are going to do is each individually teach a group of 13 to 14-year-olds a short lesson of about 5 to 10 minutes each. Now, I've got the topics in my hand, and Hazel, you're going to choose first. Okay, you're going to choose second.
Okay.
And as the gentleman, you get what's left.
Okay, yeah.
Open them up. And tell me your topic.
Steam engines,
Quincy.
Dolly the sheep.
robots.
So they've got the subjects. It's up to them whether they inspire the class or send them to sleep. Scotland is world famous for its scientists, and many of their greatest inventions are in the National Museum in Edinburgh. There are eye-catching exhibits on each of our candidate subjects, and we're giving them a few minutes each to find out some fascinating facts. Quincy's subject is Dolly the sheep. Dolly is known as the most famous sheep in the world because she was the first to be cloned. Izzy's subject is Freddy the robot. Freddy was the world's first thinking robot. Hazel's subject is James Watt's steam engine, which powered the cogs and wheels of the Industrial Revolution. To help inspire their students, our teachers can buy some prizes and pamphlets,
Yeah, Dolly the sheep.
do some extra research,
I was wondering if you could tell me any information about it.
and choose an attention-grabbing costume.
That could be a robot, somehow.
Most teenagers are far more inspired by football, music and fashion than by science. Our candidates are going to have to get these 13 and 14-year-olds from Drummond Community High School fired up about their individual subjects. Series judge Jonathan Dimbleby will have the difficult decision of sending one candidate home while the other two go on to the final in Parliament. And to win the class's vote, our candidates will have to inspire the pupils with fun activities like quizzes, games and puzzles. Izzy decides to face 25 teenagers she's never met before dressed as a robot.
Hello, class. My name's Izzy.
Izzy doesn't really explain why she's dressed as a robot.
Can you all give me some robot waves? Come on, I want to see them hands. Robot waves. Oh, come on. Some energy, people. Energy.
Or why she wants them to wave. But at least she's trying to get her class doing stuff.
Right now, our lesson today is about Freddy the robot. Can anyone tell me what it is? Hands up. OK, I take that as a no.
Izzy stops asking and starts telling.
He's the world's first thinking robot that uses hand-eye coordination.
Izzy's beaten her nerves and she's remembering her facts.
He's got, like, a computer brain and, like, a camera that he looks out of, so...
The trouble is, she's not giving her class much to do apart from listen.
It's a bit of an odd name, isn't it? Can anyone guess?
At last, Izzy's got her class to give her something back.
Yeah, that is very clever. It does actually stand for something.
Encouraged by their correct answer, Izzy decides to liven up her lesson with a quiz.
If you're A team and you're B team...
A competition might just be what Izzy needs.
How old was the child that Freddie was going to be mimicking? Yes?
It was 5.
5, well done.
Results, the class were listening.
In what decade was Freddie created? Yes?
The 70s.
They're getting her questions right.
Freddie was the world's first what robot? Yeah? Yeah, well done.
Izzy has her winning team.
Well done.
And the grand prize is... a round of applause. Not all that inspiring.
OK, well, thank you for your time today, and that's my lesson up.
Izzy ends her lesson after less than 4 minutes.
I think I could have done a lot more. I was quite nervous, and I had a word search planned that I could write on the board, but I didn't do it because I thought we'd run out of time.
I think she put her personality into like her presentation, and she had her outfit made her look enthusiastic.
I thought she was nice and cheery, and like she interacted with like quiz and that.
Hazel isn't just wearing a steam engineer's boiler suit. She's even made her face look like it's covered in oil.
Hi everyone, I'm Hazel.
And she tries to inspire her class by using her costume as a clue in a game of Guess the Lesson.
Now, judging by what I'm wearing and all the dirt and soot on my face, can anyone take a guess of what this lesson might be about? Anyone?
But she ends the game after just one guess.
Art.
No, it's actually going to be about steam engines, OK?
And starts talking.
I'm going to focus on one particular steam engine invention.
And talking.
The person who invented this machine was called James Watt in 1786.
And talking.
The machines were first used in a cotton mill.
Hazel's waffling on, leaving her class to scribble notes. And it's not much fun.
So they're all your facts.
So perhaps it's no surprise that when she asks for volunteers...
Could I have, like, a volunteer to write these words up on the board while I explain the game?
No one's inspired to put up their hands.
Anyone? OK, then. I'll do it, then.
So far, Hazel's talked a lot, but she's failed to give her class any activities to get them steamed up. Luckily, she's got a game.
I ask you the question, and the first person to smack their hand on the board and say splat in the right answer wins.
And a prize.
And the winner, after many rounds, whoever's still up here, gets the prize of a toy rocket.
The rocket fires up the boys' enthusiasm and they launch themselves at the board.
Who invented the sun and planet? Whoa! OK, I think you won that one.
Oh.
Splat gets her class active.
Where was the machine first used? Yeah!
It's great fun and it's all about the subject of her lesson.
What did he invent to make it more efficient? Yeah!
It took her a while, but Hazel realised that the way to wake up the class was to give them something fun to do.
OK, guys, we have last question. So, for the rocket, how would you describe the movement of the new machine that James invented? Yeah! Well done! And there's your rocket. OK, everyone, that's all I have time for. Thank you very much.
It got the point across and we understood it, and the game was fun at the end.
I thought it was good that I'd have her as my teacher. She's just going to hand out prizes all the time.
The next teacher on the timetable is Mr. Quincy.
You think you're going to win them over?
Yeah. I'm going to make it interesting. And
I can see that.
I hope that they learn a lot. So.
Yeah, I mean, if you were my teacher, I'd be really focused.
Yeah.
As soon as he steps in, Quincy stops bleating about the bush.
Hello guys, I'm Mr. Quincy, and today you're going to learn about a new topic. And actually the new topic is hidden in this anagram. And,
And he sets his class a word puzzle.
The first person to shout it out gets it. Dolly. Well done, Dolly the sheep, exactly. Dolly the sheep, that's what we're doing today. So you can...
Quincy doesn't have a prize rocket, but he does have some chocolate coins.
At the end of this lesson, there's going to be a quiz where you have a chance to win some prizes.
That's sweet enough to whet their appetites.
Could anyone give me an answer to what? Like, yeah, you over there.
Even if some of his questions are ridiculously hard.
Can any of you tell me what DNA actually stands for? Team 1, isn't it? You over there. Deoxyribonucleic acid. Well done, very good.
So far, Quincy hasn't wasted a moment droning on about his subject.
I'm going to give you 1 minute to discuss why you think it's right or if it's wrong.
Next, he invites his class to debate with each other.
Do any of you guys think that it's wrong? What do you guys think? Do you agree with it or...?
No, I disagree.
Arguing with your classmates is much more fun than listening to a lecture.
You agree with cloning, yeah? Could you give a reason for that?
Like, if sheep dies, it's not that important. There's, like, so many sheep in the world.
The sheep didn't really deserve to, like, be made and then die again.
OK, that's very interesting.
Time to test their knowledge in Quincy's quiz.
Why was Dolly famous?
The first cloned sheep.
Exactly. What is the female name for a sheep? You.
Are you?
That's you. Well done.
Quincy prepared over 20 quiz questions.
This one is for 3 points.
And asked for volunteers to take his place at the front of the class and tell everyone what they've learned.
Cloning is when you have a DNA and you make double of it, so you can have 2 things.
Well done.
Mr. Quincy's prizes prove popular.
You all get a coin each.
Yes.
And so does Mr. Quincy.
It was good. He's really confident and very enthusiastic about what he was teaching.
We won. I got a chocolate coin.
Time for the class to make their decision. Which lesson most caught their imagination?
Please write down who you think was best.
All 3 campaigns hang in the balance. The class must decide which candidate is guaranteed a place in the final and which 2 will have to fight for their lives.
Three teachers, and we've got a result. We've got a winner. The winner, person that you decided was the best teacher, is Quincy.
Thank you.
Quincy's done it. He's in the final. He rushes off for a personal tour of the Scottish Parliament. The building was only finished in 2004, making Holyrood one of the most modern parliaments in the world. And next week, he'll be in our final at Westminster, the oldest parliament in the world.
I've written 6 speeches for school council, which is 6 years. Now this has got to be my best one ever, so I'm going to put everything into that one speech.
Jonathan Dimbleby has to decide whether Izzy or Hazel will be joining Quincy. Hazel's always been a strong leader, but Jonathan sometimes found her a bit too bossy.
I think you led rather badly today.
Izzy's always been a good team player, but Jonathan's noticed that she can get nervous.
Yours wasn't very good either, was it?
Yeah, no.
It's too close to call. Only Jonathan can decide. It's the last elimination of the series.
It's a big challenge, that's the first thing to say. But I think there were significant failings, which is why it's between the 2 of you to go. I think neither of you formed a rapport, a relationship with the pupils. You didn't engage with them early enough. You had it in your head you were going to engage.
Yeah.
You didn't engage because you just talked to start with, and then suddenly said, now we're going to have this quiz, this competition. You went rat-a-tat-tat, I want to engage with you, I want to engage with you, and of course, they backed off. Are you nervous, Izzy?
Yeah, I was quite nervous because I know that sometimes talking isn't my strongest point, and I was trying to be really enthusiastic because I think that, you know, if you are, they are, but they didn't seem to be that enthusiastic, so I'm sort of getting a bit worried.
Why didn't you tell them about your costume?
I did actually plan to, like, explain about, like, my costume and stuff,
But I think it's just like the nerves got the better of me, and like, I just forgot basically.
We've had that once or twice before, haven't we, where the nerves get the better of you sometimes.
But I think I've improved. Like, you know, I think I've been able to, like, throughout the competition, like, get better at, like, talking and, like, eye contact and stuff like that.
Hazel, I thought, yeah, you had mastered the facts well, but you sort of trotted them out in a rather old-fashioned way.
Yeah, I mean, I did try and, like, make the notes quite concise, and I was trying to get into my head my teachers and my experiences of how they teach me, and that is normally how they teach me. I just have to try and engage with them. And I do admit I could have been maybe a bit more enthusiastic, but I think that they were all, most of them were actually taking notes. So I think that they did seem to be engaged quite a bit.
Izzy, you had teams, but you didn't have a prize. Who wants to win and not have a prize? You could have had a prize, couldn't you?
Yeah, I was going to use the robot as the prize, but, yeah.
But what?
I forgot to bring it in.
Forgot to bring it in?
Yeah.
Why should you stay, Hazel?
I think I should stay and get into the final because, like, over this whole competition, on every task, I have actually tried my utmost best. And I've listened to you telling me about how I should improve as a leader, and I think I have changed and have improved, and I'm really ready now. I've got my policies there. I'm really ready to get into that final, and I'm determined, and I think I have something in me which can get there and can win.
Why should you stay, Izzy?
I think people in this competition have to realise the difference between leader and a dictator, and that is what's with me. People might think I'm taking a laid-back approach, but actually, you know, I'm listening to what people have to say, because you don't want to go in all guns blazing, just your opinions. You want to take on board whatever other people say. I think that's one of my strongest things, that I do actually listen to other people.
You both had good campaigns to get this far. One of you has to go. Izzy, your campaign's over.
Okay.
Hazel's done it. She's won the chance to take on Quincy in the final.
Well done.
Thank you. The final time you have to sit in that room with Jonathan Dimbleby. Yeah.
Izzy was less confident, had fewer facts at her command, and couldn't run the distance. Hazel could. It's going to be a very interesting final contest.
I know Jonathan's just told you your campaign's over. Has it sunk in?
I think it's starting to more now, yeah. But, whoa.
First of all, did you expect it?
To be honest, I was sort of expecting it, but, you know, I thought maybe, you know, he can see that I would be good, but, yeah.
What do you think?
Hazel, I think Hazel will be good, yeah.
Next week, it's the grand final. Quincy and Hazel will be in Parliament, where they'll have to convince a young audience to vote for them.
I believe in hard work and perseverance.
I'm going to change Britain for you.
The winner will be collected from home by Jonathan Dimbleby's chauffeur, driven to London, and taken by speedboat to their personal meeting with Britain's leader, the Prime Minister, Gordon Brown. Who will win the election?